Hey everyone, it's Quinn again, and I have a video all about life in general, and I've had the realization that life is a poem in general. Like everything we look at there's a poem in it. The plants that are growing, there's poetry in that. The birds in the sky, there's poetry. Even the clouds in the sky, there's poetry. The books on the library shelves where I was just studying, all that's poetry. Everything is poetry, and I'm realizing how important it is, I guess. So, I mean, you don't have to think that way. This isn't me telling you to think this way. It's just how I'm thinking right now. It's kind of helpful for me to find the beauty in absolutely everything, even the challenges we're going through. There's poetry in that. I mean, some of the greatest poetry comes from the struggles. I mean, Maya Angelou, for example, her difficulties in life stem from, or her poetry stems from her difficulties in life. So, I don't want to pretend to be an expert in poetry though, because I still mainly write instead of reading. I kind of read casually. Should do that more. But one thing in my life right now is I'm thinking of transferring schools. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Simpson. I love everyone here. It's a great place to start transitioning. Everyone's so supportive. The professors are amazing. It's just there's a couple of reasons I want to transfer to Iowa State. I mean, Iowa State has a bigger population, it's more diverse, there's a lot more going on, the campus is a lot bigger, so it's not going to be dead on weekends like it is here. I can't stand that I need people, and like, not just like I don't want to be around people constantly, I like having my own space, I like being alone. It's just, I hate being in a dead place. Like, I want things to do, I like to keep busy, especially when I'm manic. I need to go do things. And so, I see, like, the social situation there, it'll also allow me to transition more. I can start there and be like, hey, I'm a guy. I don't have to come out to people there for going from genderless to male. I mean, it's just me. Like, they get to know me instead, and everyone doesn't have these preconceptions already about what's been going on. So that'll be nice. I mean, also, financially speaking, there's reasons to transfer. And then, mainly academically, too. I'm really excited about the academics there. They have majors and classes there that Simpson just does not have. So I've been looking a lot at what classes I want to take next semester, and there are some I think worth talking about because I'm excited about that. I just want to share. There's a class called Gender and Communication, and I think maybe looking at my life, gender might be slightly important to me right now, maybe a little bit. So this class is all about how people express their gender through everything, and it's not just about the binary genders. I think it's gonna deal with transgender issues. I mean, along with that, there's the Intro to Queer Studies, which is the basics of LGBTQ, but right now I kind of know the basics from self-research, so I want to be able to delve more into what is meaningful to me at this moment, and so that's more of the gender expression and communication. So, they also have the anthropology classes, which Simpson just really doesn't. There's not even a program for it here, and I love studying cultures and evolution, human evolution specifically, how we've evolved over time, how civilizations have formed and fallen, and that's really key to where we are now, is everything culturally and historically that has contributed to humanity. So I'm excited to start studying that. I think I'll be taking the more sciencey class for gen ed reasons, but that be studying biological evolution of humanity, cultural evolution of humanity, so that'll be interesting, and it's going to lead into, hopefully I can connect that to the evolution of LGBTQI alphabet rights, you know. I guess social psychology, yeah, psychology's interesting. I'm looking off the list I had. So then I want to be in the Spanish classes, you know, just like probably intermediate Spanish. I'm not that great, but I love it. And then Intro to U.S. Latino Studies. That's going to be interesting. I love studying that culture. I'm really close to it since I went to Argentina. I've been to Mexico. I was in Argentina for 3 months, so it's a home to me. Like, I love that country. I love the people and the food and everything, the culture. So I'm excited to start studying that and see where I can go with that. Hopefully a major, or not a major, a minor. I sort of all of that. And for career, which I'm going to discuss later in the video, so keep watching, even though you're already 5 minutes in, so you're committed by now. Yeah. So the last class I'm kind of excited I might be taking with my best friend Cameron is Magic, Witchcraft, and Religion, which is just awesome. There's a class over that, like, holy crap. It's, I love paganism, Wicca. I'm kind of into it, kind of not, you know, it's just kind of experimenting what feels right, but I'm definitely interested in that, and I've had some things work for me, I've had some things not, so I want to actually study it in an academic climate. Now, this is kind of flowing me into my majors and which will lead to my career. If I transfer to ISU, which I am at the end of this semester, like, there's no question anymore, it's happening. I think I'd want to major in anthropology and English, like, do a double major, just because both of those connect in ways that I want to be in my career. Now, my career is interesting, and I don't think it'll be a typical one, because I don't want to find a business, settle down, and stay there for the rest of my life. I think more of what I'm going to do. Yeah, we'll shift here. You can see my lovely dorm more. I think I'm going to want to teach. I mean, teaching is important to me. It's how connections between people are formed. It's how society moves forward. It's how new ideas are sprung, and I love learning. And when you're a teacher, you're learning every day. Actually, I was at Goodwill and I got the shirt about teaching. Those who teach, and those who cannot make laws about teaching. So, teaching is pretty important. I would want to be at a college level, so there's more leniency in the curriculum and leniency in what I can teach, because, I'm going to be teaching poetry and LGBTQ rights in every class, probably. Well, maybe not like every class, but there are going to be issues, and they're kind of, hopefully they won't be controversial by the time I start my career, just like 10 years down the road, something. But who knows where we'll be by then. So poetry is definitely important, so I want to teach that. I want to teach importance. And so one thing I do maybe before I'm a professor is join the AmeriCorps or the Peace Corps and travel around either the United States or the world in general, probably like Mexico or Latin America, South America, probably those areas, and just teach people the power that poetry has and how it can change lives. And I specifically want to go around and help like LGBTQ youth, because I'm one right now, so I have experience in it. Poetry is helping me, so I can combine the two and hopefully help some people through some situations, because what am I doing with my life if I'm not helping people? Like, I have to do that. That's something that's my mom always taught me. I guess I've always been around, and I'm doing it right now with this channel. I helped one person, which I'm excited about. At least I hope I helped them. So, yeah, I want to get started on changing the world, like I talked earlier, changing the world with poetry. And so, that's all in the future, and this is leading me to kind of another subject in the video, which is my more immediate future, which is kind of stressful because I've decided over fall break I'm probably going to be coming out to my mom when I can sit down face-to-face in person and explain. This time I definitely plan to have my brother at the table for the conversation, because last time, I guess, I made the mistake of telling my mom what the family conversation was going to be about beforehand. And that was a horrible mistake, because she was like, no, you can't have brother at the table. He will never understand. Even like, yeah, he'll understand, because he's a kid. He doesn't have the binary so finely ingrained like you do. Now, I'm not saying it's, but binary is a bad thing. That's just plain and simple. The binary is a bad, shitty thing, and it's causing horrible lives for many people, and it's so finely ingrained in society that people thinking of a life without it is just incomprehensible to them, and everything, I think, would be a lot better if we didn't divide everything up by gender. But that's a huge, big subject for another video, and I just kind of want to talk about me right now. I'm going to be selfish. So, coming out to my mom, I think, will be difficult. Maybe me coming out as a male will be easier to her, because it's not a completely foreign subject. I mean, she already has one son. Calling her other child a son shouldn't be too hard, versus having who used to be your daughter become, like, a child with no gender. And so that was hard for her, I think, because she maybe doesn't grasp new concepts as easily as I do, so the non-binary was very difficult for her to comprehend. So maybe if I simplify my gender into I was a female, now I'm a male. I've never really been a female, honestly, so just gonna be telling her my identity. So maybe it'll go well, hopefully. But one thing, I think, well, my brother, it'll be exciting for me to be a brother to him. Maybe they'll help bonding between us. I think he'll take it a lot better than my mom, I hope, because I don't know, he's a kid. He's in junior high. Hopefully it'll change his view on some things so he can be a better friend to anyone who's going through gender issues, or so he can help other people who maybe he doesn't know. But I want him to be an open-minded person, so that's better for him, I guess with coming out to my mom, that's eventually going to lead to coming out to the rest of the family, like grandparents, aunts, and uncles, and my mom is probably going to flat out refuse to let me tell them, and I'm going to have to stand up to her and say, no, this is who I am, they need to know, because if I'm at a family reunion and I'm misgendered, then that's going to suck for me, because by the time that rolls around, I'm going to be so, like, I don't know. I mean, hopefully I'll start testosterone soon, and so major changes will be taking place, and people are going to be like, what is happening? So I think it's better to tell people beforehand what I'm going to be going through, rather than when I have maybe a little bit of beard growing and my voice is deeper and I don't have breasts anymore. Maybe it'd be a bit easier to explain beforehand than explaining why I no longer am the granddaughter or the niece they thought they had. So hopefully that will go well. Another issue is legality, and am I going to change my gender on legal documents? Am I going to legally change my name? I've already been planning on legally changing my last name to Casey for a while. I hate the last name I have to death. I've been bullied for it through preschool, elementary school, junior high, and high school. I'm sick of it. I've never liked it. I've used Casey as a pen name for many things. It's my mom's maiden name, so I'm excited for that. It's just Quinn. I don't know if I can legally change that. I mean, so many people have known me as my, I don't want to say real name, but my other name for 17 years, so I mean, my mom and I actually have sort of discussed legally changing my name to Quinn. She knows I'm going by it in college, it's just she doesn't really know why, completely why. So, see about legally changing that, maybe. I mean, it also depends on what Cameron thinks, because I know that it's kind of shouldn't involve people other than it completely, but he's my best friend, and it's difficult for him to switch over to Quinn because he's knew me as my other name for so long, and I know we'll see where that conversation goes. Also in the future is testosterone. I've talked about that for a bit. I'm going to put together a video for that, kind of to explain to everybody what that is, what going on it would entail, but the basics of it is I would probably start with the shots. I don't want to deal with the cream, because there's different modes of taking it, but everyone's body has estrogen and testosterone in it. It's just generally people with penises have more testosterone and people with vaginas have more estrogen. I want to lower my estrogen so people perceive me as more male, and so to do that, raise the testosterone. That's going to induce some changes in me, like smaller breasts, which, yay, that's going to be so exciting. Maybe a little bit of facial hair. That'd be definitely a secondary sex characteristic, which is like Adam's apple breasts, facial hair, voice. All of that is secondary sex characteristics, which isn't involved with your sexual reproduction, but it still goes along with what hormones you have in your body. So I'm not explaining this very well. This is all me just going off the book. I don't have this written out. I've got a little list of things to talk about, but it's just testosterone, so I'm just going off my mind here. Once my voice will get deeper, and that's going to be nice. I haven't started voice exercises yet. I'm procrastinating, and I don't know why, because I think right now my voice is my biggest giveaway, and I need to talk lower. I don't know why I'm not looking it up, but I'll do that right after this video. Oh goodness, 14 minutes. If you're still watching, thank you. This is a pretty big video for me. I've wanted to do this all day, and I've been studying for a while, so I guess I thought I'd reward myself to do this. And so, I guess this is a good time to conclude the video, I think. I guess I still want to thank a bunch of people, because a lot of things have been going on. I want to thank my best friend here, Sosie. She has been a big help and support. I mean, she's trying to understand everything. She's watched all of my videos so far, and that's pretty awesome to me. She's going to try and start using male pronouns, and I know that's hard to switch, but, I mean, switching pronouns for me, I guess this is going to go into a topic besides thanking people, but pronouns for me, it shouldn't be that hard to switch. If you go up to someone and you see the dog and they're like, oh, she's so pretty, can I pet her? And they're like, oh, it's a he. You're just like, oh, instantly, he. Oh, I'm so sorry, it's a he. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I love your dog. He's so pretty. And you just instantly switch in your mind. So why does it make it so fucking hard to switch for a person? I don't understand that. Like, seriously, just call me a he. I am a he. I act like a he. It's who I am. Don't dilly-dally. I'm sorry to people. It's just kind of me ranting about how difficult it is to be misgendered. I know everyone's trying out there. Well, hopefully everyone's trying. I know Sosie is, and So maybe it is harder than I think it is. Maybe it's easier for me personally because I know how important it is. Moving on, I just want to thank the other random people on campus who are just being supportive and being, oh, I saw your post on Facebook, I like it, congratulations, and people clarifying on what pronouns I want, and just people congratulating me. So yes, Campus of Simpson, thank you. And also, like, specifically people in Simpson, the Kappa Theta Psi fraternity group, they're all amazing. I kind of like to think of myself as an honorary bro, maybe. I chill with them sometimes. They're pretty awesome. If I could join a fraternity, if I was staying, I'd probably join them. But everyone there has been really supportive, even if they don't know me, like, personally. Last night, I was hanging out with all of them. Ooh, sorry, moving desk is flat. But everyone there, they were curious, they were asking questions, and it wasn't the inappropriate type of questions, you know, like, the stupid ones, like, that you never ask a transgender person. But there aren't as many questions for me as, like, that I refuse to answer as other people, because I realize that transgender is a new concept to a lot of people, and they don't understand issues, so I'm glad to answer questions. Like, I enjoy it, as long as no one bashes my identity and being like, I don't mean any offense, but I don't think your identity exists. Like, that's bullshit. Shut up. Don't talk to me if you think like that. Like, go rethink your life priorities if you're like that. Seriously, it's already proven that transgender people exist. They're not gonna go away just because you say you're a Christian and it's against the Bible. Like, that's just bullshit. So shut up and go be more open-minded. I don't care if you think I'm being closed-minded by that. This isn't an issue of I'm in the wrong and they're in the right. Like, no. It's my identity. They don't get to choose that. Their opinions don't get to matter. So if your opinion is shitty and hurtful to others, just keep it to yourself. Where was I going with that? I don't know. Let's just end the video here. So thank you for making it through all 17 minutes of it if you did so. Have a great day. Ask questions, comment, subscribe, maybe. Thanks for getting through the entirety of this video. I will see you all next one. Bye.